What is up, Star Wars fans? This is Darth Watson. In this video, this is a follow-up to yesterday's video where I talked about Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie likely being called Heir to the Empire. Well, it's even become more and more likely, especially when Dave Filoni talked about the expanded universe, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, the Thrawn Trilogy, and the whole idea of, like, the Imperial remnant still out there, and getting the galaxy under control and everything, especially after the events of Return of the Jedi. Dave Filoni is clearly taking up inspiration from Star Wars Legends. Dave Filoni's set up Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire in Ahsoka Season 1, and has even confirmed that Ahsoka Season 2 still needs to happen before a Star Wars movie, and furthermore, the leaks for Ahsoka Season 2 would likely focus on Peridea, what Baylan Skoll has been up to, what Shin has been up to, and those are based on the leaks for Ahsoka Season 2, and with all of that being said, those are all evidence towards Dave Filoni trying to recreate the new Thrawn Trilogy, as I've been speculating for the last year. I've been speculating that Dave Filoni is trying to retell a new version of the Thrawn Trilogy. And it's just becoming more and more obvious as we see more and more interviews with Dave Filoni. I mean, Dave Filoni is clearly taking up inspiration from Star Wars Legends, and that's another reason why I believe that there's going to be a fresh new Thrawn trilogy that's canon, like the canon Heir to the Empire, the canon Dark Forces Rising, and then the canon Last Command, the whole entire Thrawn trilogy that Dave Filoni is trying to create. Whether or not Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie will be called Heir to the Empire, if Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie is not called Heir to the Empire, it will likely have the title to Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie will likely have to do with Thrawn, because Thrawn is already set up to be the big bad guy of Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie. I mean, it's so obvious. So it would have to do with the title would have to do with Thrawn, and the entire movie, if it's not called Heir to the Empire, the entire movie will be like the Thrawn trilogy itself, with the first act being Heir to the Empire, the second act being Dark Forces Rising, and then Act 3 would be The Last Command, and the whole movie would be the entire canon version of the Thrawn trilogy itself. I mean, Dave Filoni could do it that way, and there's evidence towards that too, but it's either going to be that, or Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie is going to be called Heir to the Empire, and would likely be the first movie of his trilogy that he's planning. Although if Dave Filoni's planning a whole trilogy that ties the Mandoverse together with a new version of the Thrawn trilogy, then the other two films would likely not get announced until the promotion of his Star Wars movie, after the first teaser trailer, the official trailer, and right before it comes out. That's when, right before it comes out, that's when Dave Filoni is going to announce the other two films of his trilogy that he's planning, if Dave Filoni's planning a trilogy, which I think that's the more likely route right now, and I'm sticking with that route. If it's not going to be a trilogy, then Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie is going to be the entire Thrawn trilogy itself. Even if it's not going to be called Heir to the Empire, the first act would likely be Heir to the Empire, the second act of the film would be Dark Forces Rising, and the third act would be The Last Command. But if Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie is called Heir to the Empire, then it's likely the first of the trilogy that Dave Filoni is planning, but he won't announce those other two films until it gets really close to the release of his Star Wars movie. After he filmed his movie, after the trailers, that's when it will likely get announced if Dave Filoni's planning a trilogy of films around the Mandoverse, which I strongly believe he is, and I strongly believe that Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie is going to be called Heir to the Empire. And yes, Thrawn is the heir to the Empire. We saw it in Ahsoka Season 1, where it showed Thrawn where it showed Thrawn and his return as heir to the Empire, his escape from Peridia, returning to the known galaxy. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. Do make sure to smash a like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you all later in another video.